Today on the Black Channel, we are live midday. Let's go ahead and let everyone know that we're here. They didn't tune in last night. If they didn't tune in last night, then they will be unaware of this. So let's go ahead and just let them know that it's time. I'm going to go ahead and post below this up on Twitter right quick. All right. They can go ahead and join us for that. Let's go ahead and get the Zoom up and going here. Let me go ahead and get the Zoom up and going here. I want to get the Zoom up and going here so we can have an ability here to go ahead and interact on this. So let me go ahead and toss that up. Might let more than one of y'all on here because, like I say, I mean, folks are going to probably have a few things to say there. Oh, boy. Looks like there's quite a few of you up during the day now. Well, take a look at that. Looks like there's quite a few of them up during the day here now. Okay. All right, I'm going ahead and pin the Zoom link here. Okay, a few things I got going on over here, a few things I got happening. So I've gotten some emails from folks here. I've gotten some emails from folks. Now, you all know how I'm about emails that I didn't solicit because I am swamped with emails already, and it would only get a lot worse otherwise. However, this once, I'll make an exception just this once here, since folks have wanted to speak to me and things. I'll make this exception here just this once. Just this once. All right, folks, let's go ahead and first of all here, no, I meant what I said. I meant what I said. I meant exactly what I said. So, first and foremost on my list of people to contact today is going to be one Eric Dilan. Mr. Dilan and is the chair of the Standing Committee on Corrections in New York State. So, we're going to do something here a little bit different today. A little bit different today. Because I've got it set so that people are not able to, I got it set so that people are not able to post things in the chat. So I've got it set for that. I may change that today, though. I might change that today to allow folks to be able to post things in there and stuff. Because I want to first start with phone numbers is the first thing I want to start with. Oh, no, we up early to get that started. We're up early for that. We are up early for that. Okay. I think that'll be okay. I think you all can actually post that now. I think you all can actually post that now the way you are. So, I think you all can post that now the way you are. We got over 1,000 people in here live right now, just in the first 4 minutes. We have over 1,000 people in here live in just the first 4 minutes. Okay, what's Mr. Dilan's number? Very quick homework assignment for everyone here. What is Mr. Dilan's number? Mr. Eric Dilan. He is the first person today that we are going to get a hold of. Mr. Dilan is the chair of the Standing Committee on Correction in New York State. So in the chat room here, I want us to go ahead and first and foremost, let's go ahead and get his number. Let's go ahead and contact Mr. Dilan here. So if you all find this number here, I want you to go ahead and post that in the chat. We do need to make sure that we confirm that. If I have folks just posting bogus or silly things, understand I do got mods on deck. You'll have a permanent vacation. So if you just start pulling numbers out of the air, if I even think that it looks like you're just trying to be difficult or trying to be troublesome, just understand, we are ready today. We got time today in case you didn't notice. So, you see our first person here on the screen, Mr. Eric Dilan. I want to get a phone number for him. I want y'all to go ahead and throw that up for me. What's the number for Mr. Dilan? What's the number for Mr. Dilan? That's the first thing I want to see here. What's the number for Mr. Dilan? Once we get done with that one, I've got a few others here that I would like for us to go ahead and see about waking up this Monday morning for next. What? Yeah, I know they figure we take some time off for that. Shout out to everybody there in the super chat there, by the way. Shout out to y'all here this morning. Appreciate that also. Top of the hour to you, J Ham, Miss Incognito. Thank you as much, Creole King, Rose Love. Thank you all very much for your support. It's very much appreciated here. For those of you who may be late, as promised, I said that we were going to deal about this situation with Robert Brooks in New York. In California, the issue is reparations. In New York, I think the issue should be a black, anti-black crime bill. So that is the first thing as not crime bill, but a law. So these folks up there, if they can jump out of their beds and go throw things out there real quick to do silly things for Donald Trump, we can be Johnny on the spot for that. And nobody asked for it. You are going to be super Johnny on the spot for this. We are going to be super Johnny on the spot for this. So that is what we are up for today. That is what we are up for here today. And somebody who had sent me an email here. Yes, Swarthy Nerd, yes, you post the number in the chat room. Yes, that's what I'm in. Yes, I want you to post, just put their name and their number in the chat room. So just put the name and the number. That's exactly what we want. And that's what we're going to start with there. We're going to start with the name and the number in the chat room. Shout out to Miss Nancy King there on the super chat. Sister, thank you very much for your support. To everyone there, thank you very much for that. Okay. Today we're doing some organizing on this. This is also to check about our ability to do that. I'm just asking about a phone number here. I do want to keep that in mind for you, though. I just want to ask about a phone number here. Contacting these folk. I know it's cold up there in New York. I know it's cold up there and whatnot, and we just decided to do our little part to bring the heat to them there. We decided to do our part to bring the heat to them. Let me go ahead and jump over here on Zoom. I've got Moho here on Zoom. Got Moho here on Zoom. Let me see. Moho, if anybody's on Zoom or whatever, remember the rules about that on Zoom. Make sure you have your camera and your microphone turned on. And if folks are, I know sometimes folks think they're going to troll or whatever the case may be. So I got to have my ban button ready for them. So, folks, we don't need to play around here, especially if you have it for me. All right, Moho, what's on your mind?
Jason, what's good, bro? B1. So look, I was gonna give you Eric Dilan's number.
Okay, what number is that?
Okay, it's 718-386-4576.
All right, one of my mods is putting that up in the chat room there. 718-386-45. When they've got a different number there. What's the number you had? 718-386. What's the rest of it?
4576. That's straight to the office.
Okay, because they got 4575, but you got 718-386-4576, and you say that's directly to the office.
Yeah, that's to the office. That's actually from the government website.
Okay. All right, I want my mods to go ahead and post that in the chat room there, because one digit off from one of my other mods there, but I want to get that number up in the chat room. Okay, are you sure that's number is at a fax machine?
The fax number is 386-4575. The one they gave you, that's the fax jump. The one I gave you is the number 718-386-4576.
Okay, I want to make sure we're clear about that. All right, 718-386-4576 is the landline number, not the fax number.
Yeah, the fax is 718-386-4575. I can screenshot it.
No, we're gonna bring him the fax. We don't need to. We'll bring him the fax. We don't need him to send us one. So we'll bring him that. All right, folks. First and foremost here, that's the first thing. Jason, what do we say? Very, very simply, you're simply going to ask him about we need to have a bill, about his position on the black hate crime bill, specifically to prevent things like what happened to Robert Brooks. Well, Jason, what are we calling for? Yes, we are calling here to get, as the chairman of the Standing Committee on Corrections, we want to find out about a hate crime bill to deal with things like this specifically in particular. So I want everyone who is listening here right now, you got the number. That is 718-386-4576. It's posted in the chat room for Mr. Eric Dilan. 718-386-4576. Jason, what I want you to do, I want you to sit back, smile, and dial. We want to go ahead and give him a call here. Do not let a busy signal stop you. Do not let that at all. All right, Unique, make sure you got the right number for that Albany one there. We want to make sure we get your game together. So first thing you might want to do, baby, is go ahead and check that. Might want to call it and make sure you're not giving out another fax number. I don't want to have folk caught making blank calls. Okay, I got somebody in here with an interesting name. I don't know why they keep doing that there, but there's somebody here that's trying to say that they're rolling. I'm not going to play games about that. So turn your camera on for us here. And you got 2 seconds in your case. So we're not here to play games today or whatever. So folks sitting around in their mama's basement trying to amuse themselves, that's not what we're doing. Okay, let's go ahead and get you out of here. Let me see if we can get Kid Gravity up here. I think it's been a minute since I heard from Kid Gravity. All right, we got Kid Gravity up here waiting for his microphone to get going for me. All right, Kid Gravity, what's on your mind, brother?
Hey, brother. What's up? That number, I put it in the chat and somebody blocked me. I guess they thought I was trolling or something, but I just checked it and it went to another number that says the mailbox is full.
Okay, which number is that?
The 718-385-4576 number.
Okay. You're saying that's going to the voicemail.
No, what happens is when you dial it, it says like this.
It's saying the mailbox.
When you go to voicemail,
the mailbox is full.
Right. No, yeah, that, but it says some other number when you dial it, like a 646 number. It says the mailbox is full.
You're saying it's telling you to dial a number, or is it just telling you it's another number?
It's another number.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going on with it.
Okay, let me check on that then. Let's see.
Yeah, I like literally dialed it like 15 seconds ago before I got on with you.
Your tax dollars at work. Let's take a look at that then.
Please leave your message for 64634207050. Sorry, mailbox is full. To send an SMS notification, press 5.
Sounds good. Press 5.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going to leave a text message, though.
That works even better. Well, I shouldn't say even better. That works fine too, folks. If he would like to read text messages today, we can give him some nice reading for him. So he can have an opportunity to do that. I have no problem with that at all. So just because he's up in the mornings and whatnot, I don't want my phone ringing. That's perfectly fine. Well, don't have time to answer the phone. Well, we'll come up with something else for you. Works out just fine for me. Also in the chat room, we posted his email. Also Jason, are you calling? Absolutely. I would never ask you all to do something I myself would not do. Not a problem at all.
The person you want to reach is not currently available. At the tone, please record your...
Oh boy. Sounds like Eric is doing the people's bidding this Monday. Sounds like he's very busy out there taking care of the people's business this Monday. I hope he doesn't think that that's dissuading, because I assure you it is not. I hope he doesn't think that's dissuading. Absolutely not. You know who I want to get a hold of now? Jumaane man. What? Okay, Jamal Williams. That's the next person I want to get a hold of. Mr. Williams would like to be the next governor of New York, or at least he's saying he would like to be there. Mr. Williams has been spending a disproportionate amount of time wanting to be on TV lately. That's all very nice as well. Like to get a hold of him.
You want that number, brother? Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
you want that number?
Yeah, go ahead and post it in the chat room for me.
I think somebody blocked me when I put that first number in there.
I don't think so. If you did, let me check and see, because I don't want that happening.
Because I did. I tried it, and my message didn't come up.
What's your name in the chat?
Kid Gravity Beyond.
I don't see that. I hope that didn't happen there. I don't see that.
Yeah, I'll try again. It just told me slow mode is on. Wait a minute before posting. So I don't know.
Jason, I didn't have that on there because otherwise my mods would not be able to keep up with all of that. Whenever we get real busy, that's the thing. Okay, I think I found you actually. You have an upcoming program.
Yeah, 1 o'clock. I'm gonna be seeing if them fools gonna climb the Capitol again.
No, brother, you're not blocked. You're not anything. I'm looking at you right now. That's not an issue. So there's no reason you can't post in the chat room. So if you're not able to, there's something else going on.
Well, I just did it again. It said wait 20 seconds before posting, so I'll wait another.
Okay, yeah, because it's got a throttle forward there. Now that's a little bit new because it used to be that it let you all do it. It just wouldn't show it for a little while. So if it's now informing you all of how long it is before you can post again, well, I guess that's better. Also, it prevents people from spamming and flooding in the thing. So that's another thing that we don't want.
Right. But the number is 212-669-7200.
Okay. 212-669-7200.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they have a text number 833-933-1692.
Okay, it's been more than 20 seconds here. See if you can go ahead and try to post that again.
All right.
I got Harlem World Media up in here. Harlem World Media, go ahead and turn your camera on for me. Nobody else is going to see you right now, but I do need you to go ahead and do that. Make sure we don't have any trolling issues.
So we're good now. I just put it in there.
All right. Let me see. Okay, for whatever reason, I don't see it yet. But if you're saying that you see it there, then
Yeah, I
most
just took a
likely
screenshot
will.
just in case it showed up on my screen, so I don't know.
Okay, most likely it's taking its time to show that. So, because I don't see it yet. Harlem World Media, you have 5 seconds to take care of that. Okay, Harlem World Media's got to go. All right, folks, here, for everybody on Zoom, you understand how it goes. We got to make sure this is a no trolling environment. We don't do that. So if you're on Zoom, the only thing I ask is make sure you have your camera on so we can make sure we don't have any trolling issues. But anything beyond that, that's going to be a problem. Harlem World, you got 5 seconds to go ahead and take care of that or permanent vacation. You're going to have to go ahead and go. So if you're not going to do that, I'm not going to sit around all afternoon while you try to figure out, okay, well, I didn't know Jason checks this. Yes, I check it personally myself. I sure do. So, okay. All right, well, let me go ahead and mute you right quick here, Kid Gravity. I want you to check it and see what happens when you call it.
Okay.
I want you to go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and see if I can get Zoom user up on here. All right, we got Zoom user on here. Go ahead and unmute yourself, system. Go ahead and unmute yourself. She's working on this newfangled technology. Okay, she's not sure which button is the unmute button. She's like, I see a microphone. It looks like a little microphone. I don't know if that's... I keep using my pinky finger. Okay, she's working on that concept there for that. She's working on that concept there for that. Okay, she's working on that. We'll see if we can get them to get that together for them. While we're at it here, I'm bringing another person here on Zoom. Okay, go ahead and start your video there. You got 5 seconds to do that, or we're going to have to move on here. Okay, I don't know why folks are playing games today, so whoever you are, you have about 5 seconds to get that taken care of and resolved. If you don't, then you're going to be permanent vacation. So you got a couple of seconds to do that. And that's all. Okay. They'll be taking the day off there. Okay, I got Zoom user. I don't know why she hasn't found her microphone there yet. All right, let me go ahead and unmute Kid Gravity.
Hear the tone. Press the pound key to end recording.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Williams, my name is Mike Atkinson, and I'm a former constituent in your district in Brooklyn. I wanted to talk to you either on the phone or on YouTube about the deletion of Robert Brooks, because it seems as though since it happened in the state, I don't see any Black leaders out there talking about it. And I know it's January 6th, and you guys are all focused about Trump, but I as a member of society, I would like for you to have a conversation about this and what is being done, because it's obvious the governor doesn't want to do anything, or the mayor, so we have to go down to the street level. And since you want to talk about you're a man of the people, I think that would be a great thing to do. So you can give me a call back at Thank you and have a good day. It took like a minute to get all the way to the voicemail.
Okay, probably because more than one person is calling. Okay, in the chat room, just to remind everyone, YouTube has made a few changes to the way this slow mode works. So for folks in there talking about they've been banned or something, no, you haven't been. However, and I'm glad for this update because it's what we wanted, it makes sure that folks can post something like every minute or so. But they're not just being able to post something every 5 or 10 seconds like they're posting to their family members. We have thousands of people in here right now live, midday, thousands of people. But some folks want to get a little chatty sometimes. So if you're going to post something in the chat, make sure it counts. But it's not intended for it to just, let me post every 5 seconds. Okay, encapsulate them thoughts, folks, so you can get that the first time, because it'll be about a minute before you can do it again. It'll be about a minute before you can do it again. Now, if you're a channel member. What? By the way, for those of you who have a channel membership, it will allow you to do that. As I understand it, if you have a channel membership, it goes a little bit differently. It's only a couple of dollars, by the way, but it'll allow you to go ahead and get around that. So you might want to consider that. Consider it to be an investment in communication. All right. Let me give a couple of hints here also as well here, folks. First of all, Kid Gravity, thank you very much. We appreciate that. You're on your square. That's really, really good. Don't tell them where y'all are from. That's the first thing. Letting you all know a few things to know. First of all, don't tell them where you're from. You can tell them you're in New York. That's cool. Don't tell them anything beyond that. Don't say anything beyond you're in New York. That's all you have to say. No more details. The other thing is you simply want to keep it very short. You don't want to be more than 10 seconds to tell them that you are calling. You understand? Jumaane, I understand you want to run for governor. If you want my support, you need to support a anti-black hate crime bill. We do not have a law. After the murder of Robert Brooks, it's very clear we need that. If you want our support, we want to know that you are going to support us for an anti-black hate crime bill. Simple as that. Jumaane, Eric Dilan, whoever else, you want our support. We are calling to find out if you support us for a anti-black hate crime bill. If you want our support, we're calling to check to see if you support us for an anti-black hate crime bill. Where are you? I'm in New York. Simple as that for email, text message, voice, whichever one you're using. Simple. That's what you need to say right there. If you want our support, we're calling to find out if you support us for an anti-black hate crime law. That's what we're checking on. Okay, go ahead here. Kid Gravity, go ahead and repost that number, by the way, in the chat room.
I just did.
Okay, no, I want you to do it again now.
Okay, no problem.
I want you to go ahead and do that again now. And that's for Jumaane, that one in particular there, because he's out there in the streets, he's talking things like that, so he needs to be informed of exactly what we're looking for in that regard. So they're under no illusions about what that is. So they're under no illusions about that. Next up, by the way, I want to find. Let me get a telephone emoji in here. I want a telephone emoji in the chat from everybody who's called Jumaane. I want a telephone emoji from everybody in the chat. I want you to go ahead and make sure we got you on the scoreboard. I want to find out who's on the scoreboard here. Everybody who's called Jumaane here, give me the telephone emoji in the chat room if you've called him. If you put in your call today, give me the telephone emoji. Okay, Terrell says he calling now. 100% on code, E.L. Smith. I got the memberships. Got the memberships and the scholarships. Shannon McNeil. Okay. Got a number of folks here. Yeah, some folks are going to be wondering what happened today. They're going to be wondering what happened today. Okay, Kid Gravity, for whatever reason, I don't know why, for whatever reason, I don't see a telephone. I don't see where you've posted a phone number. For whatever reason, I don't see that.
I mean,
I know you're saying on your end you see that. My mods, for them, I can see that. For you, I'm not able to see that. I'm wondering if that's a setting for that. If it's a chat setting, I might have to go in and go see if I can change that in the middle of a program. This is another great idea.
Do you want me to put it in there again?
You can try to put it in there again. You can try because, like I say, it's just.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if it's stopping y'all from doing that because this would be a hell of a time for me to have to stop what I'm doing right now to go into settings on that. But if I have to do that, I'll go ahead and do that if I have to. Okay, we got folks here who've thrown it up. Yeah, I don't think it's letting you do that. I don't think it's letting you do that. My mods have posted it, so my mods did that. But here's what I'm gonna do for you, brother. Because this is kind of important here. Okay, I'm waiting for this stupid thing to get off my screen. YouTube is messing up majorly right now. Okay, really? Of course, it's only because we got business to take care of here, so YouTube is messing up on the screen here. My window for the settings is not wanting to go away. Well, I'm going to do Kid Gravity. I'm going to make you a mod. That's what I'm going to do. I can go ahead and do that for the time being here. Y'all, YouTube is freezing mine up over here. So, if you want to know what's going on for me, mine is freezing up on YouTube over here. Didn't have any problem here at all, right until I started chopping it up with Kid Gravity. Now, all of a sudden, it's freezing up over here on my end. It's not showing my live window, so you're not supposed to use YouTube for this. You're not supposed to do this. You're supposed to use YouTube to sit up here and gender war and party and bull jive and watch celebrities. That's what you're supposed to use YouTube for. You're not supposed to do what we're doing right now. Unless you're Tim Pool. Tim Pool, Ben Shapiro, the white supremacists. Now, for them, their YouTubes work perfectly fine. They don't ever have this problem. So they make sure they don't have that issue. But for us, it's, oh, you ain't supposed to do that. So just keep in mind that's what it is. Okay, let me see if I can get back over here. Okay, I'm going to have to go see if I can find that. While I'm doing that here, next up is AOC. What? Yes, I meant what I said. All right, Kid Gravity, I've just moderated you.
Okay.
So see if you can try posting that now.
All right.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. See if that works there. Let me know when you posted that.
Yes, sir. Do you also want Hakeem Jeffries' number since he wants to be speaker?
One miracle at a time. Let's just start with the first one.
All right, I just put it in there.
All right, there you go. Now it's showing it. So, not really sure what happened there. Or maybe it's the way y'all are posting it. Because like if you just post this regular phone number, that might not work for y'all. So, but okay, you go ahead and post that in the chat room there. So, all right, Kid Gravity just posted the number there. So for Jumaane Williams, 212-669-7200, folks, you can call him. I don't know, is that a cell phone number? I don't know. Can you call that? We're going to text it if it's a cell phone number.
Which one, the Jumaane number?
Yeah. If that's
that was a regular office number.
Okay. If that's an office number, you can call that. If you got a text number, I want that too, but we'll come back to that. Next up is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. What?
I'm about to put that in the chat for you.
Okay, Black Dollars University, the mailbox is full on what number? What number is that you're referring to? 100% on code. I'm not sure what number you're referring to, folks. If you're saying you're having issues with the number, mailbox is full or whatever, let me know who it is you're calling so I can keep up with exactly who it is you're referring to.
You want me to put her DC number in there too?
Okay, hold on a second. One brother says the number 7250 works for Jumaane Williams. It's in the voicemail. Okay. How about their IG pages? It depends. If they're in your DMs, that might be worth it. Oh, Jumaane Williams' line is experiencing high call volume. What?
Yeah, I got that when I did my message.
Oh, interesting. Oh, his line is experiencing call. Oh, he might not be able to get any calls today. Interesting. So Jumaane Williams might not get any calls today. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have anything important to do, so he won't mind us being on his phone number until he answers, of course. He needs to understand it's very urgent. But yeah, we say, oh, if we're getting that message when we call, other people are too. So, okay. Mr. Jumaane Williams is experiencing some telecommunications difficulties. This Eric Dilan fella, now I'm just pissed off. You're supposed to be the chairman of the committee here, and you're the person who most needs to be active, and you are most out of line. That's not going to work. That is not going to work for us, fella. That is not going to work at all. No, we got to do better than that, dude. We got to do better than that.
All right, I put Jumane's text number in there.
Okay. I want Alexandria's number. She loves to talk. She loves to be seen. I want Alexandria's number. I want us to give her a call. That's what I want right now. I want Alexandria's number.
Okay.
Alexandria's. Jason, are you serious? Yes, I'm very serious. I am extremely serious. I want Alexandria's number.
Okay, I just put the DC one in there, and I'm putting the New York one in there right now.
Next time Alexandria wants to come to the black church and wants to start acting like Reverend James Cleveland, if she wants a pass for that, then she needs to support what we're talking about. Alexandria needs to support what we're talking about. After that, she can get up there in the pulpit. She can be James Cleveland. She can be Al Green. She can be whoever she wants to be when she gets up there. She can be James Brown. She can be Big Mama Thornton. She can be whatever she wants to. Right after she takes care of this. She can be Glorilla. What? She can be Glorilla. She can be Sexy Red. She can be whichever one she want to be. Right after she takes care of this. Right after she takes care of this, then she can do that. Folks, I don't understand why people think they're going to troll on Zoom. Nobody told them. I don't have a call screener. It's me. Dude, it's me. I'm the one here. Okay, for my mods, I want that, folks are asking about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's number. I don't know why you're not reading that. Dude, Kid Gravity posted that. Come on, folks. He posted both of those numbers already. Folks is not paying attention.
Yeah, I just called that number, and they said that they're either in a staff meeting or we reached them past operating hours. So.
For Alexandria?
Mm-hmm.
Which one, New York or DC?
The New York one. I'm about to call the DC one in a second.
After staff hours, it's only noontime.
But I've been saying this, that they're trying to turn this day into a holiday.
They're shaving their legs for the holiday. They're shaving their legs for OnlyFans? What are they doing?
No, J6 is about to become a holiday in this country. I don't know why, but that looks like it's going to be the move.
Well, we're vetoing that. So tell Alexandria, no Snapchat, no Finsta, no OnlyFans. Today is a work day, ma'am. Today is a work day for her. Brother Kid Gravity is trying to hold it in. But yeah, like I say, look, the good news is, they are hiding. And that's the good news. The bad news would be if they were more bold about it. Remember, people who are hiding are people who are afraid. Remember that. People who are hiding are people who are afraid. People who are bold are people who are not worried. But people who are hiding are people who are afraid. People who are hiding are people who are afraid. Oh yeah, one more thing. This isn't going to be a one and done. What? Oh, yeah. One more thing. This is not going to be a one and done. If you think I'm just doing this one time and then we're going to go right off into the sunset, oh, no, no, no. Oh, not at all. Absolutely not. This is not going to be a one and done thing. Oh, no, this is a new hobby. So, no, we will not be doing that. So just in case they've deluded themselves into thinking that today is going to be an off day. Oh, no, no, no. We're going to be back. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. This is not a TV special. This is a campaign.
So, Brother Jason, I just left the number on the DC, message on the DC number. So that one still has space.
Oh, all right. Let's go ahead and post that number here then. Let me see. I think that's for hers. I had it up there. I think
I'll put it back in there again.
Yeah, I copied the wrong person. Copied the wrong thing there. Yes, it has space. It has space. So everyone here, we're going to call Alexandria. She would like to. Very, very glad that she's decided to take a little time off. That's good. Very glad that she's decided to take a little time off here. So. So glad she's got time for all that. Because so do we. So do we. All right. If you have called, after you have called Alexandria Ocasio, everybody, I want you to put in your work for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. After you've called her, after you've called Alexandria Ocasio, I want you to put the iPhone emoji in the chat room, not the regular telephone emoji. After you've not you, Kid Gravity, you calling everybody. Okay. But for those of you listening to me here, if you've called Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, after you've called her DC number and left a message, DC and left a message, give me the iPhone emoji in the chat room after you have done that. If you encounter a message telling you that all circuits are busy, or if you get a busy signal, let me know that too. If you call her and get a busy signal, let me know that too. Let me know that also. I know for DC, they give the trunk more lines to take calls in DC, so those numbers are not as prone to jamming in DC. Not as prone to jamming. But we certainly want them to know we've been thinking about them. Do I think it's a good idea to post their social media accounts? Yes, I do. We're going to do that just a little bit differently here then. A little bit differently. Because it really only matters for them on social media if they're actually using it. Is Eric Dilan actually using his? Because I saw his before. I'm wanting to know if he's actually using it. If he's actually using it, then it's time to reach out and touch someone. If he's actually using it, it's time to reach out and touch someone. Okay, we got MB here on Zoom. Brother MB, what's on your mind?
Hey, big bro, quick question here, because one thing that I heard mention of fax numbers, and even most of us don't have a fax machine. However, I've done faxes to a website, so my idea was, in addition to calling, we could possibly also flood up their fax machines with, with document, files or whatever. Like, there's a website I go to like gotfreefax.com. I'm thinking we can also flood up their fax machines with messages like, yo, get on that, basically like, yo, what's up with that black, with the black crime bill, well, black hate crime bill. I mean, get at them on that, flood the zone basically, in addition to calling.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was just an idea I had right there, and that's something I was doing in addition to calling up the numbers as well here.
I'm a little. You want to be strategic about that because, like I said, I don't know what types of faxes they may get or whatever. Here's the thing here, folks. You certainly want to give folks attention. You certainly want to do that. You do want to be provocative. You do not want to be antagonistic. There's the real thing about it. So if y'all were already sitting there, that'd be different. Please understand that part of it. It's very, very easy to tell them, y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all niggas, it's very easy to do that. Just understand, as an old teacher once taught me there, once you insult somebody, they stop listening. So today is not the day to remind Alexandria about her pulpit antics. That's not the point. It's just everything I just said there before. It is not to go into that one. So be aware of that part of it. So that's the only thing I have an issue with, is doing something antagonistic. V4 for Vengeance, I just give an update on that. Like for this Eric Dilan cat, I'm not so sure about him. This guy here, I don't know, where is he out of? Where the hell is his district out of? Because he must be upstate or something.
Well, they said he's
Bedford-Stuyvesant, Bushwick, Cypress Hills.
So that's like east. That's like right before you get to Queens.
Okay.
So that's like Puerto Ricans. That's like the Spanish folk, the little bit of black folks that are over there, and the white liberals.
Okay. One way or the other, he's going to serve the cause. One way or the other.
Yeah.
Jason, what do you mean by that? One way or the other, you will serve the cause, Mr. Dilan. You're either going to serve the cause by doing our bidding, or you're going to serve the cause by serving as an example of exactly why it is we've taken the stance we have. So one way or the other, you'll feed the machine. One way or the other. Just have it very interesting here. We can document that for him. So, by the way, what happened when you contacted him? Interesting. You can only hide for so long. Election day is June 28th. I wonder if that's this year or last year. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, folks have been lighting up Alexandria. Now, she actually does use her social media. Alexandria actually does use hers. So that's a little bit different where Alexandria is concerned. She actually does use hers. So where are we at? And she's good for that. She actually does use hers. Not as often as we probably would like there, but she actually does use hers. In the meantime, though, she's going to be out and about. What do you have here? She's also got one for press contact. I'm so glad to hear that, Alexandria. So glad to hear that. Makes life a bit easier there. She loves supporting folks on the picket line. That's great. 5 days ago. Okay, 5 days ago on Instagram, she was posting about our wins in 2024. She was posting about our wins in 2024 5 days ago on Instagram. Let me go ahead and throw that up for you all. 5 days ago, she was posting about our wins on Instagram. So she has been active over there within the last 5 days. That's good. Perhaps you all would like to leave her a note on her latest Instagram post. Perhaps you'd like to leave her one to let her know about what her wins in 2025 need to be. What? While she is doing victory laps about 2024, perhaps we can remind her about what her wins in 2025 need to be. So she can actually get some positive feedback from the new black media that might help her out a bit. I would call Eric Adams. I would call Eric Adams, but he's occupied right now. He's got other issues going on. So,
you can't leave messages on there.
Too bad. Perhaps we just tagged the hell out of her.
Yeah.
No, she had another one actually. Let me see. She had another one. Where'd you go, Alexandria? Oh, and she has a YouTube. Oh, interesting. Alexandria has an email also. Alexandria has an email also. I've put that up there on your screens. Press at Ocasio-Cortez.com. So press at Ocasio-Cortez, Ocasio-Cortez. Not quite the Disney theme song, but you get it. Press at Ocasio-Cortez.com. That'll only take you about a minute to send that email that we discussed there before. Alexandria is more press active and things like that. Hey, everybody. There's one other thing I'd like to find out about. You know what Jason wants this week? It's not my birthday, but if you want to really be funky, do you know what Jason would like to have this week? I'd like to have one of those digital billboard trucks in New York. What? That's what I'd like for my late birthday present. So if anyone can get me one of those, I'd be very, very interested in reserving some time on one. There's a meeting that's going on tomorrow night. So there's a meeting going on tomorrow night in Brooklyn. So I'd actually be rather interested in seeing if I can acquire one for a day here. So no, I'm going to take care of it myself. I'm going to take care of it. Thank you, folks. I am humbled. I'm humbled beyond words when folks say that, to have folk on code. That is exactly what we need. I'm not soliciting for anybody to help me on that and whatnot. I'll take care of that out of my own pocket and things, but I definitely want to do that. So I would love to get one of those, because every time I go to New York, that guy I don't know if he's following me around or what. Every time I go to New York, one of them cats is going by. It's like a big Ryder truck with the digital sign on it and stuff like that. And one of them got loudspeakers on it. So, I mean, he is just impossible to ignore. But definitely I am in the market for one of those rolling digital billboards. So if y'all know somebody there we can rent time from for that, I would love to be able to get one of those, because I got a couple of places I need to park him. Hope he got plenty of gas over there in Jersey, because I got a couple of places I need to park him. Shout out Kim. Thank you very much, ma'am. I got a couple of places I need to park him at, so I'm going to do that, because 'tis the season. 'Tis the season. Absolutely. 'Tis the season. I know some folks are going to have some issues with this, and I get it. And I understand. Believe me, I understand. You're preaching to the choir. I get it. But by the same token, there are things to keep in mind. Zellnor Myrie thinks that he's running for mayor this year. What? He's a New York State senator, but he thinks he's running for mayor this year. He has posted within the last hour. He wants to, quote, introduce improvement to New York's discovery reform laws. I want you all to go over there on Twitter right now. We're going over there on Twitter right now. I'm showing it on your screens. Those of you who are here live, I'm showing it on your screens right now. I want you to go over to Zellnor's Twitter right now. He's just posted within the last hour. Felony dismissals in New York City have risen from 28 to 41%. Often because prosecutors can't meet certain procedural requirements. My bill with Micah Lasher will help prosecutors meet discovery law deadlines, ensuring cases are resolved on the merits. While he's worried about that, and I'm not sure, I need to look at that to see what exactly that means. This bill would give district attorneys easier access to police records. I'm very interested to see, well, by the way, taking a look at him. Okay, I'm very interested to see how this goes here. This right here is all very interesting. This right here is all very interesting. He wants to help prosecutors meet discovery deadlines. So he would like to help prosecutors. Very interesting. If he wishes to be mayor of New York, it would be very interesting to see what he does here. That'd be very
Jason,
interesting what he does there.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm going to go over to my channel and do what I'm going to do. But I appreciate you having me up here, and I'm glad I could help you out.
Thank you for checking in with us, brother.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and see if we can, I want you all to go ahead and leave him a note asking him about that. Jason, what do I say? Just simply say, what about Robert Brooks? And do you support an anti-black hate crime law in New York? Just that simple, people. What about Robert Brooks? And do you support an anti-black hate crime law? Simple as that. What about Robert Brooks? And do you support an anti-black hate crime law? Let me bring up here Black Powder Podcast. I got the guy on your screen there now. Zellnor, I told y'all we were going to revisit this. He's on Twitter. He wants to help prosecutors. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Black Powder Podcast.
Hey, sorry about the background and everything. Got a quick question for you. Shantel Jackson, I think her name was. Has anybody given you information on her? Because she's the only one posting anything about Robert Brooks openly.
No. First I've heard the name.
Give me a minute. I got to go out of the app to get the number. I just dialed it too.
Okay.
The office picked up.
You should be able, you should be. No, you can't. Yeah, let me know what the number is. I don't think.
All right, I got it here.
You're a member, but I don't think you can post it. What's the number?
718-538-3829. Once again, that is 718-538-3829.
Okay, and where is she serving out of? Is she state senator, representative? What is she?
Sorry, I got all this stuff. She's District 79. It's on the NewYorkAssembly.gov page.
Okay.
Looks like she might be.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like she might be under the Bronx as well as Albany, but she is also active on her X, her Instagram, just a YouTube channel, and she's mainly posted things that are condemning the actions of the police officers, not supporting them. So as far as everybody else that have been trying to research this last night, she looks like she's one of the few that is actually trying to stomp for this.
Okay, let's get a hold of her then. Let's call her up. I want to have her on.
Yeah, the office is picking up. I couldn't get her directly. I got a email and a callback number.
That's fine. We need to let her know we need to speak to her.
You want me to, well, hell, the email is pretty simple. I mean, I can just give it to you right now if you want.
Go ahead and post it in the chat room.
Last time I tried to post up in
Okay,
the chat room,
stop.
it was 2 numbers.
Next time, if y'all want to post like that, you might want to just truncate it. Go ahead and send that to me on Zoom. You should be able to just send it to me as a message.
Let's see.
And I'll go ahead and post that if my mods don't beat me to it.
All right, we're working on it right now.
In the chat room, Ms. Green said call Eric's Albany office number. What's the Albany office number, Ms. Green? Let me find out from Ms. Green there. She says call Eric's Albany office number and leave a message. I want to find out what that Albany office number is. I want to make sure we got that. I think we might have had that before, but it is worth revisiting. Yeah, Mr. Myrie, we're waking him up this morning and whatnot. So glad that he's been active online. Very glad to see that. Very glad to see that. So we can have an opportunity to meet with her there. So very, very important for that.
Hey, Jason, it should be sent. I mean, it might not be much, but I mean, at least it's something to go off of right now.
Okay.
And I'm step down.
That's kind of
Yeah, it's kind of broad, but that's what they gave.
no.
me.
It says District 79 at NewYorkAssembly.gov.
Yes, sir.
That's her email. Okay.
It seems like it's a mass email box, but that's what the assistant gave me. But like I said, the assistant is active. There's no voicemails going straight to the office.
Okay. Folks are over there talking to Mr. Zellnor, since he's got time to help the good prosecutors of New York. Boy, y'all done jumped on over there. Man, look at this. Let me go ahead and throw this up on the screen right quick. Folks, why y'all giving this man headaches this early? Oh, wait a minute. He only had a few views before now. It's done jumped on him. Oh, boy. Well. Straight, simple, to the point. Okay. Oh, boy. Something's going on. Something is going on here. Well. Like the Gap Band early in the morning. I know we midday, but you get to look at, boy, okay. Dude, he thought he had a day off. He thought it was a Monday. He thought it was going to be just like any other day. He thought it was going to be just like any other day. Where's his phone number? Thought we had that. Okay. Yeah, they thought they had the day off. No day off for you. No day off for you. Don't worry, if you don't answer, we'll be back. Okay, where am I at here? There we go. All right, MB, if you want to, you can just hang out here. If you want to, that's up to you. You can hang out, you can drop off, whichever one you choose to there. I'm going to try to find Miss Jackson. I'm going to see if I can find, sorry, Miss Jackson. But we about to make it real.
Yeah, I'm about to land my plane and make a couple calls myself. Thanks, big bro. B1.
Thank you very much for checking in with us here. We're going to give them a chance to do that. Let's go ahead and holler at Miss Jackson. We need to let her know, hello, Miss Jackson, your life is calling. I'll be glad to see that. Let's see, we got that. Shantel, okay. Is that Chantel? Is that Chantel? Shantel Jackson, Chantel. Okay. She's her Twitter says, let me go ahead and throw this up here. So, I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. Okay. She is an assembly member, a mom, a social worker, a professor. She is her ancestors' wildest dream. And she is from the Bronx. She has 3,500 followers. She's about to have a lot more. She's about to have a lot more. So, off-site constituent hours in the Bronx. Very interesting. We need to call Miss Jackson. We need to call Miss Jackson. Don't worry, Black Powder. I get it. I get it. She talked about this. I get it. I get it. She's spoken about it. That's good. I'm sold. We need to go ahead and get in touch with her here. So We are definitely going to be about that business. So what's the digits? Add it. I thought I had to post it. I guess I don't. 1 minute I got it, the next minute I don't. There it is. Okay. You're giving it to me already there. I don't know what we're talking about. Okay. All right, there you go. There they go. Look, politician Frederick Douglass told you this. You've been told this now for centuries. Hell, you can go back to Greek philosophy, Egyptian philosophy. Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never has and it never will. If folks think that these people are going to sit back and quote unquote do the right thing, that's literally not the way it works. For a lot of you, your mama and your daddy don't do the right thing unless you jump on their ass about it.
And deal with it, nigga.
Come on now. I mean, this idea that folks are going to do the right thing on some moral standing. Come on, you got folks in your family don't do the right thing. Don't do the right thing by their kids. Don't do the right thing by their wife. Don't do the right thing by their husband. Now you got folks running for office. You don't even know them. They need to do right things. They need to just do it because it's the right thing to do, not because I'm standing on their shoulders. People, do you understand why corporations have quote unquote lobbyists? Lobbyist is not, well, I guess now it is a proper term, but lobbyist used to just be a nickname. It was the name for the guy hanging out in the lobby. That's literally where the term lobbyist comes from. At the Capitol building, he was a guy hanging out in the lobby. So they gave them a nickname, lobbyist. Today, lobbyist is no longer an improper nickname. It's now a proper name. But that's what the corporations did. They guess what? You go hang out in the damn lobby. You go sit there until the congressman or the senator comes walking by. Hey, brother man. Hey, can we talk about this right here? Brother man. And they still have them to this day. The constituency is sitting at home waiting for folks to quote unquote do the right thing. The corporations or whatnot, they're the ones making phone calls. I mean, people literally making phone calls. You're talking about APAC and National Council of La Raza, all these other people. Okay, what we're doing right now, these other folk been doing it. We late. I hate to be the one to have to tell you, but what we're doing right now, these other folk, they've been doing this. We're late to the party, man. They've been doing this for summers and winters. We're late, dude. We just got here. These other folk been on the spot. I know her phone is getting busy. It's going to remain busy. Miss Jackson needs to come talk to us. Miss Jackson needs to come talk to us. She wants to do something about this situation. She needs to come talk to us because we need to find out who's out there giving lip service and who's giving real service. She needs to come and talk to us. What is this about? I don't know what this is. What is this? January 6th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Where's this? Because I don't know. Is she actually there right now? I don't know. Is she actually there right now? Because I might have somebody drop by for a minute. Is she actually there right now? Is she actually there right now? Because Mr. Serrano says that he wants to get people's attention to this right here. So I'm just asking, is she there now? 780 Concourse Village West, ground floor professional in the Bronx. Interesting. I'd like to see what's going on when she gets done there. Well, they're from 11 to 2, so she'll be just wrapping it up here within the hour. She'll be just wrapping it up here within the hour. Just wrapping it up. And I'm like, okay, good. And go ahead and have that taken care of. That's interesting. I'd like to find out about that. If you call Miss Jackson, okay, you say you left a message for Miss Jackson. If you call Miss Jackson, give me the pencil emoji in the chat room. If you have called Miss Jackson and left a message, by the way, if you want to tell her to give me a call, she can do that too, by the way. Okay. Dominion says that that's next to the courthouse in the Bronx. So 780 Concourse Village West is next to the courthouse in the Bronx. Okay. If you've called Miss Jackson, give me the pencil emoji in the chat room. If you call Miss Jackson, give me the pencil emoji in the chat room. Very important here. If you call Miss Jackson, give me the pencil emoji in the chat room. Let me go ahead and see that. Once you've given her a call, I want that email lit up. I want her to understand I want that email lit up. If you've called her, I want to see what's going on with that. If you called her, I want to see what's going on there. Okay, we got more pencils in the third grade classroom. We got more pencils in the third grade classroom here. In the chat room, Mac Men, I need you to give me a call up on Zoom. I need Mac Men to give me a call up on Zoom. Shout out to everybody there. She's going to be waiting here. And by the way, this is just the first one. Okay, you left a message for them. Yes, indeed. They're going to be wondering what's happening here. There's a whole lot going on. There's a whole lot going on. Her latest post there, and the only issue I have with that is I'm not really sure what they would see there. Although I'd be interested in that. I'd be interested in that. Still looking for my digital. I'm still looking to get one of those billboard trucks, y'all. I am still looking to get one. If somebody got information on that, holla at me. If somebody got information on that, holla at me. Still waiting. I'm still looking on that. Still waiting and still looking on that. In the chat room, Derek M, give me a holla on Zoom. In the chat room there, Derek M, give me a holla on Zoom. And Mac, you have not gotten on Zoom here yet, so that was not a request. I'm not requesting that. So I need to see your face in the place. That was not, I'm not requesting and I'm not begging. And that's the entire purpose of doing what we're doing here today. So we need to have a conversation. Also, Derek, same thing there. I need to get you on Zoom here, so you need to holler at me. You need to holler at me here. I'm not going to do a million of them because I'm actually just targeting certain people. It's very important. I'm not doing a million of them. I'm just targeting certain people. I'm just targeting certain people here. So, big difference. I've got one more here that I am interested in. I've got one more. Just need to make sure I check on a couple of things here. You know, I got a good mind to go dig up Andrew Cuomo. Damn! I got a good mind to go dig him up. Good mind to do that. Okay, Jamal Bailey. Jamal Bailey is the next one. Jamal Bailey's the next one. And there's a reason why. Mr. Bailey is the next one that I'd like to see here. Very glad to hear this. I'm the youngest member of the New York State Senate. I'm a young black male. I cannot in good conscience vote for any budget without raise the age. Interesting. That was back in 2017. He's got 9,000 followers on Twitter. He has been active. Happy New Year. He wants folks about their sports. He wants folks who are interested about their sports. This is very interesting. Perhaps we should let him know that there are bigger issues than just sports. And we should find out, by the way, what about Robert Brooks? and a black hate crime bill. What about that? Okay. I think Brother Sage just sent me something. Gonna have to see about making a few phone calls my damn self. I have to make a few phone calls myself so we can make sure that we are prepared. Okay, I got Amari here on Zoom. Brother Amari, what's on your mind?
Good morning, Jason Black, B1 brother. Thank you for taking my call. I haven't been listening to the program. I'm listening to the program from last night, so I apologize if I'm deviating from the topic. I'm here in Watts, Los Angeles, and listening to the playback from yesterday's broadcast, I was really inspired by some of the callers, the brothers and sisters in New York, and they have my expressed sympathies and best wishes. I'm wondering what I can do to be boots on the ground here in Los Angeles on the West Coast. And a second question I have, and this is going to be a little bit more, again, this may deviate from the topic, but even though we as FBAs have been seemingly rendered politically irrelevant due to our small numbers, based on the pyramid theory, are we still not in some ways a swing vote, considering that these Hispanics that they flooded the zones with, not to speak, I should say the illegals that they flooded the zone with, coming from whatever parts of the world, they're leaning Republican. So in that way, California's kind of turning purple. Can we, in some ways, almost in an ironic but powerful way, still combat the Democrats by being that a smaller swing vote?
Well, I mean, the swing votes we've always been the swing vote. We've never been the majority vote of anything. In American politics, people tend to come down really 50-50. We have been the only solidly, reliably, consistent, long-term block vote that stays the same. So these other people, because, conservative and liberal are labels they put on and take off like a jacket, our blackness does not work the same way. So for that reason, we've had a consistency that these other folk haven't. This is why you can have Latinos one year voting for Trump and the next year voting for Biden. You don't have that really kind of thing there with us. At least it hasn't been that fluid up until lately. So yes, we've always been a swing vote, and if I have my way, we will remain that way.
I'm talking about getting Maxine Waters out the paint. How can we as black people in California get her out the paint?
Black folk in California have to grow weary of Showtime politics. So the showmen of politics, the folks out there wearing their cowboy hats and, acting like they're rappers and trying to get, points on social media, being sassy. I'm reclaiming my time while you ain't claiming our reparations. The people of California, black folk in California, are going to have to lose their patience for that old civil rights sassy show politics. The show politics that says we want a white politician to pat us on the back even if he does nothing. We want them to show up at the church and dance for the hymns so we can go tell all the other gals that Joe Biden came to my church. They didn't come to your church. They came to mine. They would brag about that. And it's like, okay, who gives a damn what church he went to? What did he offer? He showed up and danced with us. Okay, now you're just insulting our intelligence. So that's what needs to happen. And I do believe that the younger generation no longer has the patience. They don't have the allegiance to a Maxine Waters that their parents and grandparents did. They don't have that blind allegiance and that, well, she black and just trust that she's doing the right thing. They're more informed, they're more intuitive, they're more inquisitive, and they're looking and asking, hey, what have you actually done? And the neck jerking and stuff in entertainment, because she's not very good at entertaining either, they're getting their entertainment somewhere else. And they're demanding results of them. So that's what needs to change. It's happening already, but the real thing is when you get to a certain point where that critical amount of support that they need, in my estimation, about 25%, when that collapses, then you'll see folks not be able to win elections.
But we can still affect elections in California as FBAs, is what you're saying.
We're affecting it right now. Take a look at Gavin Newsom. Take a look at Karen Bass in Los Angeles. So it's still affecting it right now. These folks don't win elections by 30 points. They win elections by 2 or 3.
And what advice do you have for Black FBA parents in California who, like, have you heard about the case about the young brother who was, I guess, the school called Durago County or Durago High? He was continuously attacked by some Hispanic students and attacked racially, and it got to the point where he had to defend himself violently, and now he's being arrested and hemmed up. What advice do you have? Like, we really feel outnumbered. I'm not a parent myself, but in terms of the school boards, the PTAs,
I've been talking about that in California now going on 2 decades. I mean, I talked about San Mateo High going on back almost 2 decades now. So what was happening with the Asians and the Filipinos out there? So with the Black students. So I was talking about that going on almost 2 decades. How can I say that name if I didn't know this? I was talking about this when no one was speaking about it. So I've always had my finger on the pulse of it. I've always been aware of it. I've always seen that. What's going to have to happen is folks are going to have to squad up, and they're going to have to go ahead and get money together for that. So if your kids are out there, they're defending themselves and whatnot, you need to make sure that's what's going on, that you know that's what's happening. And if somebody takes action against them, you are prepared legally to defend that action. But not that you're going to tell your kids they need to sit there and get whooped on. So first and foremost, you let them know, okay, this is what it's going to be. We're going to do this. And if y'all are not going to take care of the problem, we going to take care of it. In the words of CM Punk, I suggest you go take care of it, because if I take care of it, you're not going to like how I take care of it. So you can get over there and do what we told you and go handle that, or we going to handle it. And you're not going to come back to us talking about taking action against us when we handled it. You had your chance. And that's the only thing you're allowed to do. You had your chance. Number one thing is folks need to make sure they document that stuff. After you document it, that's it. All bets are off. When you document to them that you sent them by email and inform them that there's an issue, you've done what you're supposed to do. At that point, the chips are about to fall where they may. But make sure you've done your part. Your due diligence is you sent your email. Hey, this is the issue. This is who it is. This is where it's at. You need to write me back and tell me what action you have taken, not what you're going to do, what you have done. If they write you back with some garbage or they don't write you back at all, you've covered yourself. I told you what the problem was. You had a chance to handle it your way. Now we're going to handle it ours. And that's it. And here's another thing I want Black folks to understand. People, listen to me. You're in a race war. I mean, it's just, I've been saying this forever. You are in a race war. I don't know what makes some folk think that things are different today. When you take a look back at Jim Crow, you take a look back at post-antebellum slavery, you take a look back at the civil rights movement, what was happening? Folks were getting arrested. Folks were getting beat up. Folks were getting hosed. Folks were getting dog sicked on them. The police was showing up. Okay, so when folks tell me the police showing up today, I'm like, okay, and? Not because I'm apathetic about it, because I'm saying this is a continuation of it. The beat goes on. It's your turn. This is, and nothing's changed. It's just your turn to experience this. Oh, well, that was them back in their day. No, this is their day. That was the whole point that Malcolm X was trying to make. It ain't changed. He was talking about what was happening in the 1920s, remember? When Malcolm X was at his heyday in the 60s, he was talking about what was happening in the 1920s. Well, we're in 2024 talking about what was happening in the 60s and 70s and 80s. So that is what
in California, it's that black and here in California, it's this black and brown alliance that really got us. What I see is that a lot of Black folks here, they still just want to kind of smile and believe in that black and brown alliance, especially in the school system. You know, my nephew, he's surrounded by Hispanic and Asian classmates. So to some degree, not as a
there's a certain segment of folk out there who, like I say, they consider it to be a status symbol to say that they're in New York. I'm from New York. They don't own anything. They don't have any resources, but it's because New York's an internationally known name. I'm from New York. I'm from California. I live in New York. I live in California. And that has become a substitute for actually having something, to just have, quote, bragging rights. And how can you brag if you don't have anything? So slowly but surely, we're getting folk off of that garbage, because what they're realizing is, hell, you don't have anything. You don't have anything. So that's important. In California, you had a whole bunch of folk out there, they got on the interracial sex wave. And that be, once again, another form of compensation, another token for you to sit up here and suck on. in lieu of having something, because you don't actually have anything. So I've been through Los Angeles many a moon. I've been to downtown many a moon. You see it every week. You see it every weekend. It's kind of like an urban beach bum culture for some folks, so that becomes their thing, is just hanging out. And meanwhile, the real estate is owned by other people. So losing the appetite for that is the real thing. Yes, our numbers are far smaller than they were, but even in the situation that we're in right now, it's still necessary. There's also one other thing. Even though we may not necessarily have the population numbers, we still have our cultural numbers. We are still the trendsetters. We still set the trends. Everybody still follows us. So our population numbers have never affected that. Whether we were up or whether we were down, when we send the word and send the message, we're persuasive in a way that other folk are not. We can package it and market it in a way that other folk cannot. So furthermore, we're discussing things that other folks are not discussing.
Yeah, you see what's going on near Baldwin Hills, Jason? All the gentrification, the sky rises. You've talked about it. It's crazy.
I got that. I got that on when I came through there 4 years ago. When I came through there 4 years ago, when I was doing Race War, and I saw what was happening in Baldwin Hills then. So I documented. I got that on video. I documented that. Good. I documented Slauson. I documented Crenshaw. I was telling everybody, I say, hey, I came around the mall, y'all. They tearing up the whole damn road straight up Crenshaw because I was going to Nipsey Hussle's marathon store. So I'm thinking we're just going to drive up Crenshaw, even though it's the hood, we're going to drive up Crenshaw and get to the marathon store. And I'm just like, okay, I'm in this big ass construction zone that's just going on and on and on. And by the time I get up to his store, the construction zone is up there. So that's when I was aware that was 4 years ago. So I figured they must be mostly done with it by now. But it's been going, it's been happening. They've been doing things to distract people. They want you to wear Raiders jackets when you had a Raiders team. They want you to focus on football. They want you to focus on everything else. And while you got your eye over here on interracial sex or sports or TV or rappers or whatever, what they doing over here is tearing up the block, literally. Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Today, I say tonight, today. Okay, here, Karen says that she got through there to... You got through there to the receptionist? Okay. So he's taken no stance at this time. Really? He's taken no stance at this time. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Not sure who you mean, though, Karen. The 23rd. Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about, Karen? Not really sure who that is. How to tell Shantel's office to reach me. Give her my email address. Tell her people, give her people my email address. Okay, you said Jamal Bailey. Really? Okay. All right, Jamal. You, fellas sit up here and think they're gonna try that little thing. They think they're gonna try that little move where they're gonna act like, okay, let me tell folks I'm youngest on first. That's not a bragging right, my dude. That's not a bragging right. That's wrong answer. Y'all, he wasn't expecting this. He was not expecting this. This is not what he was expecting. This was not what he was looking for. It was supposed to be just nice, quiet Monday, and he can go back to business. Where's that song? Oh, am I going to take a YouTube hit today? I'm probably going to take one. Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, folks been letting him know. Oh, man. Folks been letting him know here. By the way, Mr. Youngest state senator. Okay. Well, youngest state senator. And I haven't taken a stance on it. You haven't taken a stance on it? Interesting. Well, maybe we should go ahead and highlight this, that Jamal Bailey is not sure if he needs to take a stance on this. Interesting. Karen, hit me up on Zoom, Karen. Hit me up on Zoom. I know Karen is sitting there right now. She's sitting at home doing her mixtape. She's sitting at home making her demo tape, which I understand. Karen, you're very, very busy right now. She's in the studio mixing together her demo tape. But if you can take a few minutes out from doing that to go ahead and call me up on Zoom. I know you're busy right now. I know you got a lot going on, but if you can hit me up on Zoom, we need to do that. By the way, I have not seen Derek M. or Mac Min. Neither Derek nor Mac Min has shown up here on Zoom yet, fellas. So, not a good sign. Need y'all to come holler at me here on Zoom, fellas. Not a good sign. Really not a good sign. Mac Min, you're not on Zoom. There's only one person who's on Zoom right now, and that's not you. Not unless that's supposed to be MB. That's not you, not unless that's him. No, I don't think so. We'll see. MB, are you Mac Min?
Nah.
Okay, I didn't think so. Okay, all right. Well, let me go ahead and get Mac Min up out of here.
What?
All right, thank you very much, brother. And like I said, let me remove yours too while I'm at it. Let me go ahead and do that. Mac Min, you are not on Zoom. Yes, there's 3,000 people in here today. Y'all thought I was bull jiving. No, I'm not. I'm deadly serious. And Jamal Bailey is about to make my timeline on Twitter. I just need to confirm something before I say that. So, Karen, I need you to holler at me, ma'am. I need Karen to holler at me here right quick. Need Karen to holler at me so I can go ahead and confirm a few things. Need her to go ahead and confirm a few things here. All right, sir. Wood Bay, I need you to turn your camera on for me. There you go. All right, what's on your mind? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I'm learning.
All right,
Okay.
brother. It looks like you
My
calling
bad.
me from Afghanistan. Well, how's the Taliban doing?
No, I'm not. I'm actually at Bedford Park.
All right. You're doing a great impression. All right, what's on your mind?
What? Do you mean my headpiece? I just came in from outside in the snow, walked to my dog. Look, see?
Oh, okay. I thought it was a turban. Okay, I'm from Louisiana,
No,
bro.
that's-
First of all, your video is very grainy, so I'm just doing the best I can to make it out. But second of all,
I'm by a 5G tower that messes with me.
okay. I'm from Louisiana. We don't wear anything on our heads in wintertime, so we just catch the pneumonia and deal with it. So that's how we roll. What's on your mind, brother?
Oh Lord. Okay. Jamal Bailey. He is a person that ducks responsibility. As a paralegal, we are dealing with fraud and document record tampering in the city register. I send seniors over there. He doesn't do anything about it. So he's a no-show. I don't think he's going to show up. And I think he's a tether, what you call tether. The wife is Latino. He's Latino. So he looks black. He's not black. He's Latino. Okay. And he went to Brown Science. He's an alumni. And he doesn't have loyalty to the race, I don't think. He's there because of the connection with Heastie. And we have another one named Kevin Riley, who's the city council. They all used to work with Heastie. You get it? So it's a trifecta. It's Heastie, Bailey, and before that was Andy King, the guy that got kicked out of office.
Okay. Well, you know what? You raised some interesting points there.
I could email you some stuff of what he is, but
okay, I've got a few things in mind.
all I
But
got on that one.
thank you very much for giving us a call, brother. I got a few things in mind where that's concerned. Okay, now let me explain to you all how this works. Let me explain to you how it works because I'm not Mr. Problem Man, I'm Mr. Solutions. Jamal Bailey Now, I have a couple of questions when I meet a hard-headed politician or one in particular who thinks he can do certain things, who thinks that he's safe. It always has a certain amount of ego that goes with a person who runs in politics. Everyone who goes into politics tells themselves that they can be president of the United States. Every single one. I mean, from your local dog catcher to your governor. Doesn't matter who they are. It takes a certain amount of ego to get into politics. Some folks who get into politics think that their ego is actually some divine quality. So that's where it comes to Mr. Bailey here. Now, Mr. Bailey apparently has been serving in the New York legislature now for a few years. And I'm curious about something. I'm just curious. Can you all look up something for me? I'd like for you all to see if you can look up a piece of information for me. Can you all look up for me how many votes did Jamal Bailey get the last time he ran? I would like to know what the election results were the last time that Jamal Bailey ran for office. So if you all would do a quick homework assignment for me. They keep these records. Of course, it should be Googled, but I would like to find out specifically. How many votes did he win by? I'd like to know how many votes he got and how many votes his opponent got the last time he ran. I'd like to know what that vote spread was. Was it a blowout? You get tens of thousands of votes? I'd like to find out what that was. So, if you all would, very brief homework assignment, I'd like to find that. Okay, let me go ahead and see if I can get Karen up here on Zoom. All right, we got Karen here on Zoom. So you said you called Jamal Bailey's office?
Yeah, I called the office located on 233rd Street, and a gentleman answered, and I asked him, what the senator's position is on a anti-Black hate crime bill, and he said he's had no position on it at this time, and he took my information, and he would let me know when he does. Yeah, that's what happened. I mean, I saw the gentleman in the chat room who said that some secretary told him that there's already a hate crime bill, and I had to hurry up and look that up, but she was mistaken. I mean,
there's the real thing
is, Black people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's the thing right there. No, there isn't one. There's the whole point. So I want y'all to be prepared for that. That's the correct answer. They say, oh, there is one. Actually, there isn't. If they claim there is, tell them give you the number of it. And you want to go take a look at it and see exactly. So you hold on, Mom. Let me see exactly what that is, because there isn't one. That's the whole point. There isn't anything that anybody is proposing that would have protected Robert Brooks. There isn't anything that anybody's proposing that would do that. The folk that we're seeing is otherwise. The folks we're seeing is otherwise.
I'm looking at he was unopposed, Jamal Bailey, in 2022. So he ran unopposed. Nobody running against him.
So no wonder he thinks he's untouchable.
Right.
So do you see what we mean? No wonder he thinks he's untouchable. Well, Jason, what do you say to that there, Mr. Foundational Black Authority, whatever you is? Small people do small things. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at how some other folks deal with this. How some other folks deal with this is very simple. It's called primary. Donald Trump has already, Chip Roy, he's a representative down there in Texas. Now, he's a right-winger. He's been very reliable and whatnot, but he did one thing in the last 2 weeks that Donald Trump did not like. And Trump goes on Truth Social and calls Chip Roy everything but a child of God and says, we need to primary him. Now, Trump ain't even in office yet. This is one of your right-wingers. You got out of line one time, and here comes the word primary. You're hearing a number of Republican politicians. There was a female one, I forget who it was. It was not Liz Cheney, But there's a female Republican politician who was talking about this a couple of weeks ago, that's the new thing that's being happening now, is that they're telling them, if they don't like that, you're going to get primaried. And that very much concerns them. So when you hear these folk talking and doing things like that, you got to understand a lot of them think to themselves, oh, I'm lucky and I'm safe. And especially if they're in a place where they feel like I'm uncontested. Maybe it's because you're unknown. Maybe it's because they've created so many districts, and maybe it's because it's unknown. 49,000 people, you can put that in the NFL stadium. So that explains a lot. That explains a number of different things. Although there's also one other thing. Did you all even know who Jamal Bailey was before now? New York's a very big place, especially when you start talking about assembly. There's a lot of people there, and there's a lot of folk flying below the radar. Sunlight is an excellent disinfectant. It's also good for vampires. Damn! So very good and very interesting there. I'd be interested to hear about that my damn self. I actually would. I'd be interested to hear about that myself. All right. And you're sure you had the right number?
Yeah, there was like 3 different numbers. He has 3 different offices. He's got the one upstate. He's got the one in the Bronx. Well, he's got 2 in the Bronx, actually, I believe. So, yeah, he gets around.
Okay.
I mean, when the gentleman answered, he said Office of Senator Jamal Bailey. So it was his office.
Okay. Well, that makes that simple there. Send me that number.
I will.
Thank you very much. It's all very interesting. Yeah, folks don't do that kind of thing right now. Like I say, it makes sense. It makes sense. You got to understand, some folks, they think if they're in solid places and whatnot, they think they're in solid places. They think that, we'll be untouchable. The political establishment leads them to believe certain things. They lead them to believe certain things. Yeah, I mean, certainly. Look, I mean, if you just show up and smile and whatnot, it's when folks don't really take a look at what you're doing, it's very easy to get by on shucking and jiving when people are not really looking at what you're doing. It's very easy to shuck and jive and bull jive and smile for the cameras and whatnot. It's very easy to do that. Very, very easy to do that. Well, I've got time today. Just to make sure we have all of our ducks lined up in a row and crossed. Couple of things here. Yes, sir. Is this the office for Representative Jamal Bowman? For Representative Jamal Bailey.
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir. Hello, my name is Jason Black. I host a radio program. I was calling because we've been talking to people about a black hate crime bill in New York State in the wake of the events that happened to Robert Brooks. And we were just calling to find out what Mr. Bailey's position is on that.
So Senator Bailey does not have an official stance out yet.
Okay. Is he aware of what happened to Mr. Brooks?
Yes, Senator Bailey is aware.
Okay. What is his position on that should be done about it?
Yes, he has not made a public statement yet, so I can't provide any statement that he made regarding it.
Okay. Is there any way we can get him to get in touch with us?
If you would like, I can give you the email address for our director of the communications.
Sure, that's great.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, I can provide it.
We are ready.
Okay. The email address is RALI at nysenate.gov.
All right. Well, thank you very much, sir, for your time.
All right, no problem, sir. Hope you have a good day.
Now you can't say that I'm taking anything out of context, Mr. Bailey. You will not be able to say that I've taken anything out of context. I've called your office and they've confirmed that, and according to them, yeah, he ain't got no position on nothing. You want to know why it is that it's a free fire zone up there? Well, yeah, your representation doesn't have a position on anything. Yes, sir. He said y'all niggas can hang it on your own. He's got better things to do. Far better things to do. And brothers and sisters from around the world, this is good. What? Oh, it is. Oh, it very, very much is. See, I don't need Rachel Maddow or MSNBC or Joy Screed or anybody else there to take care of this for us. We're going to take care of this our damn selves. We're going to take care of this our damn selves. We don't watch the news, we make news. We don't watch the news, we make news. So now we've officially gotten in touch with Mr. Bailey. And Mr. Bailey's office says he doesn't have a position on an anti-black hate crime bill. He doesn't have a position on Robert Brooks. So really? So he's a black male who does not have a position. And then you wonder why that is. Well, you know what? Why don't I make my own little contribution? This will take me just a few moments, brothers and sisters from all around the world. This will take me just a few moments to make my contribution. While I'm doing that here, let me go ahead and see if I can get Mac Min up here on Zoom for us. Let me go ahead and see if I can get Mac Min up here on Zoom for us. We'll give Mac Min a couple of moments here to get their act together. Waiting for Mac Min here. I'll give it 5 more seconds and then we're going to move along. So, I'm waiting on Mac Min here. Okay. Mac Min is still working on the concept. I need to make sure we don't have any trolling going on, folks. This is not encouraging. Okay. I think Mac Min might be trying to troll us, so make sure you have your camera and your microphones turned on, folks, so we make sure we do not have a trolling issue. Not what we're looking for. We'll come back and try them again later. All right, I got T Smooth here. T Smooth is on Zoom. What's on your mind, brother?
Hey, how you doing? Let me turn my microphone off. Okay, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I posted in the chat. Sorry, I was working out, so I'm out of breath. I posted in the chat a phone number for a digital truck billboard company that has an office in Manhattan, New York City. And I'm not sure if you got it, but I could provide it to you right now if you'd like.
You can email it to me.
Okay, I did. I sent it to handlethebusiness@yahoo.com. I sent a screenshot to that email address.
Okay. You're Tyrone.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right.
That's correct.
I got it.
Okay, just want to make sure you got it. They're in New York. They're all over the country, but they do have a New York office in Manhattan.
Okay, I appreciate it. Hopefully they can move quickly on that, but I do definitely appreciate that, brother, because all the leads I can get are helpful since I'm not up there. We'll see if we can do some business.
Okay, thank you. You have a good one and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much for giving us a call here. All right, let me go ahead and get back to what I was doing here. Mr. Bailey only has 9,000 followers on Twitter. I've got a few more than that. So, Mr. Bailey is now on my Twitter feed. Folks like this get by on the garbage they do for years because in reality they want to be local block heroes. They're only known on the neighborhood they're in. They're only known in the small corner that they're in. And nobody points out things like this. Let's just call it for what it is. He was hoping that he could fly below the radar. And this is the reason why last night, when I told you all last night, Letitia James, folks are running from this, people. In New York State, your so-called representatives and your so-called politicians, they're running from this. You saw a murder take place, and you got some folks sitting up here trying to talk like they're all striding. Oh, hey, you can't do that right there. And then when you start calling them up, you realize they're running from this. No wonder you got folks who don't want to answer the phone and they damn sure don't want us to show up so they can go on the record because they're running from this. We don't want words of condolence and words of sympathy. If this was Jewish people, you would not be giving words of sympathy. If these were Asians, you would not be giving words of sympathy. If these were Ukrainians, you wouldn't be giving words of sympathy. You would be doing what you're supposed to do and give legislation. Next thing we know, we show up and all of a sudden it's, well, you know, I mean, that show wasn't right and we need to examine that, right? Whoa. So folks like Bailey here, they depend on people not to be paying attention, not to be watching. And just like I told you all last night, you're seeing the proof of it. He's just hoping he can fly below the radar and that nobody actually shoves a microphone in his face and demands that he say something. That's what it's really about. He's really concerned about that. Let me go ahead and see if we can get Mac Men up here on Zoom one more time. We'll try this once more. Mac Men, make sure you have your camera and your microphone turned on for me here, just so we make sure we don't have any trolling issues. Nobody else is seeing you except for me, but we need to make sure we have that taken care of. So I'll give you one last chance to get that taken care of here, and then we're going to move on. So we don't have all day and all evening for that because I've got a couple of billboard companies to call. Hopefully they are as annoying for the New York politicians as they are for me, because they even come over into New Jersey. I'm like, oh, that should be illegal. You shouldn't even be allowed to do that. They come over in New Jersey with that. I'm over there in Jersey City, Jersey. Okay, you think you're going to get some sleep. Hell no. Here they are. Okay, we got Mac Men here on Zoom. Welcome, Brother Mac. Now, where are you out of?
Panama City, Florida.
Okay, well, then you're very, very familiar with those things there, brother. I couldn't help but notice, though, you did have a few comments to make. That's great. That's fine. That's wonderful. That's good. I didn't see a pencil. I didn't see a phone. I didn't see anything. And I'm just curious, did you call anything?
I haven't called.
Okay, then now you know why you had to call me, because is Jason really watching? Yes, Jason's really watching. You throwing a lot of comments. He's throwing a lot of tethers. He ain't put in no work, y'all. You want respect on this prison yard, you put in work. I'm sitting over here hosting this, and I'm going to call more people than you? What we doing?
Well,
okay, you know,
I need to make some calls.
Thank you. We earn stripes here. Jason really watching. Folks, I'm sitting here watching. I'm sitting here commenting. I'm sitting here responding. I'm sitting here Googling things. And I'm sitting here making phone calls too. I got other folks. They Twitter fingering. They tell us. Man, that's not gonna cut it. People, I'm not asking you to do anything that I myself would not do or am not doing. I don't know what the hell I got to do to convince you of that. I'm not telling any of you to do anything that I myself am not doing or would not do. I'm not sitting in the damn back leading from the back. All right, y'all get out there and go make it happen. Nigga, I'm front line. I'm taking heads up here. I'm front line about it. Okay, you want respect around here? That's how you get Let me tell y'all something to the fellas here. You ain't supposed to have more broads sitting up here putting in more work than the dudes are.
And deal with it, nigga.
The females are making phone calls. The females are telling me what's going on. The dudes are sitting back, yeah, them niggas ain't no good. But the females done already can call folk up. What's going on here, man? What's going on? About the UN, I'm not too sure about that. Truth be told, not too sure about that. Let me go take a look over here and whatnot. Yeah, I'm sure that Jamal Bailey was hoping that he would not be seen. I'm sure that he was hoping he would not be seen. Bad day. Bad day there for it. Bad day for it. Not going to work out quite the way he told himself it would. Not going to work out quite the way he told himself it would. Not at all. I want to put y'all on notice. There's a whole bunch of folk up there, your politicians in New York. There's a whole bunch of them up there assing around and bull jiving and trying to make y'all think they own something that they're really not. I need you to understand that. They want y'all to believe they own something that they're not. They want you to believe they're about a life that they're really not about. Everything is about shucking and jiving and see if they can sit up here and con job you and hold you off and make sure you ask the wrong questions. And, anybody ask me that? Then you go up and tell them, hey, what about Robert Brooks? Oh, well, yes. I ain't know nothing about that right there. Then they come back, vote for me? Vote for me? Eric Dilan, we're not done with him yet. But there's also somebody else we're not done with. Mr. Brisport. Mr. Brisport would like to meet the public. Mr. Brisport has an event coming up here. Mr. Brisport would like to hear from the public. Well, that's great because the public would like to hear from him. Mr. Brisport would like to hear from the public, and that is excellent because the public is going to insist on hearing from him. So it looks like tomorrow night, we got a little something to do here then. Very interested in that. I got some of y'all here I'm probably going to be in touch with here shortly. I would love to be able to take care of that. Although in New York, this can sometimes be a daunting task. Antoine, for real? Brother Antoine said, what? Brother Antoine said, what? Okay, folks, we've been on here for a minute now. I got phone calls I need to make. See if I can get a man about a billboard here. See if I can get a man. Wonder how many I can get. Wonder if I can get more than one. Might just come up here. As a matter of fact, for some of these people who they haven't answered their phones, since they didn't come and answer the message, maybe the message will come to them. Maybe the message will come to them. Let me find out here. Brooklyn. 1014 Lafayette Avenue in Brooklyn. 6 p.m. If you're ready for the pull-up in Brooklyn tomorrow, 6 p.m., 1014 Lafayette Ave. If you're ready for the pull-up in Brooklyn tomorrow, give me the car emoji in the chat room. Mr. Brisport has had a lot to say here. He's had some things to say where this is concerned. I'd be very, very interested about that. If you're ready for the pull-up here, give me the car emoji in the chat room. I know I got a few of them up here for this. Let me just explain that to you here, plain and simple. That's a very important thing to keep in mind. One brother, Tim, Brand, Flowers, Flex, Ty Quinn, Sage, Seven, Mark. If folks think that we're going to rest on our laurels, that's not going to be the case. If folks think we're not going to call attention to these things, that's not going to be the case. If folks think we're not going to create some awkward moments, that is not going to be the case. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. CRU said his car's broke, but he'll get a rental. Ty Quinn, you can look in the description of the video. All right, brothers and sisters. I've got extra work to do. I got after work to do here. So I'm going to go ahead and get to that. We're going to make some things happen. Don't be surprised if I'm back here tomorrow. By the way, don't be surprised if I'm back here tomorrow or the next day. Or the day after that, by the way. Don't be surprised if I'm back here all over again. This concludes this broadcast of the Black Channel. I am your host, your brother, your humble servant, your fellow soldier at arms, the Black Authority. And until next time, my brothers and my sisters from around the world, remember that black is the future and we've got work to do.